All right, distance formula. We have a distance formula here, and the distance formula itself is d is equal to the square root of x sub 1 minus x sub 2 squared minus y sub 1 minus y sub 2 squared. Okay? So that's the formula. Now we have a method to remember it, right? So it's flip it, smack it, rub it down. Okay? So the flip it part is I'm taking these and I'm flipping it so that the y is on top. Y is on top because that's what's on top on any graph, right? When you have a graph, you have your y and you have your x. So we're going to flip this so that the y is on top. So when I flip it, I got 5 over 11. Okay? 5 over 11. Next, I'm going to flip these two. So I have negative 3 over 7. And that's the flip it. Okay? The smack it part, really easy. We're going to smack it right in the center. Okay? So when you smack something that's negative, it becomes positive. Right? And when you smack something that's positive, it becomes negative. Pretty simple. Okay? Flip it and smack it. And then we're going to rub it down. Okay? When we rub someone down, we do their arms, their legs, their body, their head. Okay? So we're going to do all the extremities. Alright? So what we want to work on is, and the reason we're doing this is because there's a formula we're trying to fit it in. Right? We're trying to plug this in a formula. If I don't have the formula, I got to remember it somehow, right? So we're trying to remember that we have how many arms? We have 2 arms, right? And how many legs? We have 2 legs, right? So I have the 2 parentheses and the 2 for the square, right? So that's the whole key. So we have 2 arms and we have 2 legs, okay? We also have a head, right? So it's plus this head, plus the head. The head is the plus, okay? And then the whole thing, right? The whole thing, the body, right? The body is the square root. Okay? So we're going to square root the body. That's the body. Okay? So square root all of this. And now we have the distance formula. That's what this is. Now, how did we find that? And we found it through substitution. Okay? Substitution. Alright? So, what's our next step? We're going to 5 minus 3 is 8. Okay? And 11 minus 7? 4. Okay? And that's still the D. And what did we do there? Simplification, right? I'm not asking for a lot here. Okay? But every single problem we do, we're going to prove. Every single problem we do, we're going to prove it. We're going to use this algebraic proof. Okay? Every one. All right, next. 8 squared.
64. Oh.
And 4 squared.
8. Oh, wait.
Okay? So 4 squared is 16. Okay, so now I've got 64 and 16, and what did I do there to get that done? Simplification, yeah. Okay, and then I add them, and that's 80. Okay, and again, simplification. This is all simplification, right? This is not asking you to do a lot. All right, now we need to reduce this. Okay, if you get to this point, you need to reduce it. So I need to come over here and look at my 80 and then use my numbers. And I was asked earlier, what numbers do we use? And we always use our prime. Okay, 1, 2, well not really 1, so let's start with 2, 3, 5, 7, and 11. Dot, dot, dot. Now there's more of them, but you want to keep that maybe in your cheat sheet. Okay? So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. And always start with the lowest prime. The lowest prime that goes into 80. So does 2 go into 80? Yes. Alright. 2 goes into 80 how many times? 40? Okay. Does 2 go into 40? 20? Does 2 go into 20? 10? Does 2 go into 10? 5? Okay. Does 2 go into 5? Does 3? Does 5? Yes. One time, right? 5, one time. When you get to 1, you're done. Okay? Yes. Now, we want to use this. This is the point where we're going to be trading out. Remember, this is a square root. A square root has a hidden 2 here. That means we get to trade every 2 things that are multiplying, every pair inside the radical, every pair inside the radical gets traded for 1 outside the radical. Okay? So all I got to do here is circle a pair, circle the pair, and for this pair of 2's, I'm going to write 1, 2. And for this pair of 2's, I'm going to write 1, 2. And if there's no more pairs, I'm going to write whatever that is left over, not paired up, is going to go into the radical. Okay? And now I've got 2 times 2, which is 4, and square root of 5. Okay? So this is 4 square roots of 5, and how did I get there? Simplification. Okay? This is probably the hardest part. Okay? If you don't do this, you're looking at 3 or 4 points you're going to miss. Okay? So you did all this work for 60% of the problem. Maybe 70. Okay? I haven't decided, but I'm thinking about 60% for this and 40% for this. Because this is huge. This is what we're missing on the EOCs. Okay? We need to get better at this irrationals. Questions?